I want to start off by saying that this is a trigger warning. Trigger warning because I'm going to talk about sexual assault and rape. And this is an important topic. I've been seeing a lot of social media posts and women, especially who are brave, who shared their stories of survival from their sexual assault and rape. I've also seen these same women who shared and poured their heart out about their experiences as children. And yet, the backlash that they've been getting is horrifying because society tends to blame girls and women by asking them what they wore, how did they behave, did they have too much makeup, did they did they dress inappropriately. All that does not matter at all. What women wear or did not wear, too much makeup or no makeup, that's not even the point, right? And what's even more disheartening is the experiences of children who are just dismissed as it must have been your imagination or not believed, right? This is something that's not right with society at all. And women and children who are sexual assault survivors and rape survivors matter. Not only do they matter, but they are heroes and they are human beings that should be allowed to share their stories, to have healing. It's not right that people will question, well, what did you wear? What did you say? What did you do? Right? You're gaslighting the victims. And it's not appropriate. What really disheartens me is when Christians claim to be Christian, but they dismiss women and devalue women and promote the toxic rape culture that we have in our society, that toxic masculinity. And I have to say something about that because it's wrong. Do we ever have said to a standard to a guy or to a boy, well, what did the guy wear? Why was he raped? Did he bat an eye? Was he dressed inappropriately? Right? No one really says that about a guy or the victim, right, of a guy who has been raped, right? No one wants to even talk about that either because they say, oh, we don't want to talk about that, right? But when it comes to women and children, people like to gaslight and blame the victim, and that's not appropriate. We kind of have this standards for women to be modest and dress appropriately. Then nothing will happen to you. Well, how about teaching young boys from early on to not be misogynistic, not to be aggressive, right? And maybe even tell the young boys that when a woman or a girl says no, it means no. It doesn't mean maybe, right? And maybe even go as far as a novel idea of, men to mind their own business of what a woman does with their body, what they wear or not wear, whether they have makeup or not have makeup, right? And the unrealistic beauty standards held for girls and women to look like Barbie dolls, which is anatomically impossible, right? If you studied human anatomy. I think that we need to have a big cultural shift in our society. We live in a patriarchal society. Sorry, patriarchal society that really teaches young boys that toxic masculinity and rape culture. And I think we need to change that. We need to have a little more of a matriarchal society. Yes, permission to share, Nikki. I thank you for joining. Permission to share. I post this publicly for people to share my thoughts, and anybody that wants to share this, that's fine. I stand by my words. But we need to stop with the double standard. If a guy sleeps around, they give him a high five. But if a woman sleeps around, they call her a slut. They slut shame her. Even women slut shame each other, which is really sad. There's not a lot of uplifting. And there's a lot of victim blaming towards women. right? And even victim blaming towards children. And that's not appropriate. And I think the people that survived that experience, we should be uplifting them and giving them love, support, and respect. Um, it's heartbreaking when I see a lot of social media posts about their experiences that they share. It's so brave to share publicly on social media their experience in surviving of sexual assault and rape, and then to be criticized and listening to stupid statements and comments saying, well, what did you wear? What did you make him do? It's not about what did you make him do. It's really the responsibility of the perpetrator, the predator. That's the guy who's responsible, right? It's not the woman's responsibility to help the man keep that in the pants. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I've made many posts saying that men absolutely suck. You know, men need to do better. They need to not only treat their women correctly and better, treat them like queens, right? Treat our girls like princesses and treat our women like queens. And at the same time, raise our young boys to not be a douche. Simply not be a douche, not be toxic, and fall into that rape culture. And that whole idea of what a manly man is, no. That's a social construct, right? There's no set rules and roles of what gender a male and female can or cannot do. And I think we need to eliminate those boundaries. And last thought, I know I'm rambling on, but last thought. And I really want you guys to understand this. Stop victim blaming, right? Stop, men. If you're a guy out there, and if you're a father, teach your boys to be not only respectful towards women, but to not be judgy and mind their own business, right? You don't tell what a woman should wear or not to wear, what makeup to put or what not makeup to put. Whatever she wants to look like, that's fine. Stop victim blaming the women. Stop victim blaming the children. Listen to them, right? Do the proper investigations and everything like that, the procedures, but listen and empathize. Don't just throw them under the bus. I really think that we need to hear our women, we need to hear our children. Okay? And we need to change our society and to be more feministic in our society. Feminism, because it's about equality, right? This patriarchal society that we live in, it's not working. So let's change it. And let's be better. Let's do better. Hey, thank you for your time.